webinar, and we are very glad to invite today the brand which is Atiyas Mobility. It's a Bangalore-based brand, 100% electric vehicles, and we are looking forward for partners across India. And today we are very glad to welcome Mr. Anantaramji and also team from Atiyas Mobility, Mr. Sanjay Khare, and also Mr. Shivraj. Shivrajji is the founder of this company, and we are also very glad to welcome our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, and our business partner from Bangalore, Mr. Javed Khan, also in this webinar. So Franchise India is offering an opportunity at 12 o'clock every day, wherein we are promoting one brand through this digitally webinar. And we go across India with new opportunity on a daily basis. So this is also live on Facebook and YouTube. And we also have till now every day launched a new opportunity through this webinar, which is also available on our Facebook and YouTube. And this is an opportunity wherein we are reaching out with new opportunity, has a complete understanding in franchising, and then Franchise India is promoting this. And further, we have all pan-India basis. We have our franchise consultants. We have our all business partners who are further handholding all the investors to guide them, handhold them, and take them to the deal structuring stage. But to get the first level information, this webinar is being designed digitally, wherein we give first-hand information and we also introduce our new brand on daily basis. So further, we have a Q&A box in this. We would request all our investors and all the attendees, please use Q&A box for your all questions because we do not have option to raise your hand. So once you submit your questions during the presentation, we will take all your questions with the brand. So please stay tuned and get the complete information, and then please have your questions in this Q&A box also. So the great brand, which is offering great services in multi-brand EV retail, multi-brand service center, its charging stations, which is private and commercial both. It is electric cycles we also do have in this opportunity. And they also have loan facility for purchase of vehicles and dealership opportunity also available. So before I invite the brand today and the brand promoters, I would like to welcome and invite Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She is Managing Director at Franchise India Group, and she would also invite and welcome our brands also today. Thank you, and please over to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjay, and I thank our entire panelists who have come today to present this opportunity, and special thanks to you, Anantaramji, for presenting this webinar to our investors. And also equally, friends, I understand a lot of you have joined the webinar, and I also understand a lot of you are watching us live on YouTube. So my request would be anybody who has any questions can write, and we are going to take these questions very real time. And just to add on the opportunity, I would say Atiyas, they're also aggregator of multiple brands. So while the company set up only in 2021, but in this short span of time, they've already built a very big, or I would say great amount of brand equity in the market. And where they currently have presence in Karnataka, and they're also expanding at a very fast pace. They have created a very big cluster alone in the state of Karnataka with nearly 60 odd partnerships which are signed, running, and at various stages of getting launched. And the entire team of Atiyas, the entire leadership and management team of Atiyas also comes with a very rich experience in the auto industry at large. So which means they understand the industry, and they also have created a successful model. They currently are looking at partners, while Pan-India and Karnataka more or less is very deeply penetrated, and that has been the strategy of the company, where they wanted to create a very big cluster in a state before they wanted to go ahead. And now with a successful business model already in place, where they have partners who have started operating these outlets. Now the company wants to go to other states where we have an opportunity both for taking the entire area franchise or a cluster franchise, and also for franchise at the, I would say, sub dealership level. So anybody who comes with any related experience, understanding, obviously is welcome. But while there is no entry barrier in terms of your experience to get into the business, And before we get started, I'll request Anantramji, if you want to give maybe a little history about how we started and how the last, I would say, 2 odd years has been for Atiyas in terms of your journey in the last 2 years. Friends, keep writing in. I'm seeing some comments which have already started to come in. So we'll take you through a small presentation, what we have to offer, the business proposal, financials, and post that we'll take every question that you would ask live on this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Sonia ji. So now, before I start my presentation and talk about the company, of course, I'll be covering how the journey of Atiyas in my presentation itself. So before that, I request Harshika to just give a small video which about Atiyas. Okay, so is that possible to share?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you very much for that. So let me share my screen right away. Just give me a second. Okay, hope all of you are able to see the screen. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is visible. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. First and foremost thing, I would like to thank Franchise India team for giving us an opportunity to be partnering with you on this wonderful platform. So you are doing a fantastic job across the country, creating new entrepreneurs and then taking the franchising opportunity all over the country. So thank you so much for onboarding the Atiyas onto your platform, and then we are honored for that. The first and foremost thing, I just wanted to talk about the kind of I mean, you are seeing the happy the founders here of the Atiyas team. So I will introduce them in a short while. So first and foremost thing, let me talk about what is the mission of Atiyas. So the mission of Atiyas is to make EV accessible to each and every person and create an affordable and sustainable future for us. And the philosophy is we believe in zero emission, and then the zero emission, and we are actively working towards making it as a reality. And our products are a combination of the latest technology design and with a focus of innovation, quality, and the safety. Okay, you know, the safety is the most important thing in the EVs. So that is what we are focusing on. And when it comes to the history, like we founded in 2021. So you can call it as the COVID baby, actually. So we started in the middle of the COVID. And then when we inaugurated our first showroom in the month of March in 2021, and then till recently, like last month, we have over 41 showrooms which are operational in Karnataka. And then another 45 showrooms are signed up. So we have a goal of hitting about 100 showrooms in next few months in Karnataka itself. So after seeing the success story at Karnataka, then we decided to go pan-India. And then when we wanted to go pan-India, there was no other choice other than the Franchise India because of the kind of the network what they have across the country. Yeah, and in a short period of time, Atiyas has rapidly extended its presence, okay, across the Karnataka. So that is the quick background about Atiyas as a starting of the company and the so far the journey what we have traveled. And then when it comes to the offerings, okay, what are the kind of the offerings we have? So we have wide range of the batteries to be there in the vehicles, be it lead acid or the lithium batteries, or we will, along with our the EV sales showrooms, we are also developing the charging stations across the country with a strategic tie-up with various companies. And we have wide range of not only the EVs, a lot of accessories. Okay, that is why we are calling it as a wide range of products. And then we have a strategic alliances with various OEMs. And then we want to make it as an affordable vehicles, and then 24/7 support and the logistics support. Okay, the logistics support is the one which will take these vehicles across the country, and it is the technology driven company. So with a complete DMS, dealer management software, and then the end-to-end ERP and things like that. So this is a totally technology driven company. Now, when it comes to the founders, we are 4 of us. So the first one is Mr. Umesh Gowda. So he is the one of the founder of the Atiyas. Like Umesh comes with a huge background he was a builder and a developer in Bangalore. It's a well-known developer called as an Aspire Builders. So he comes with a background of over about 20-25 years in the business. And then the next we have Shivraj Gowda, who is again a co-founder. And then he comes from the pharmaceutical background. He runs a company called as Cuprion, where they produce the ICU drugs, okay, the life-saving drugs, the manufacturer. They are into the contract manufacturing. And then we have Shiv Shankar, who is from the structural background, structural design background. And then myself, Anantram, I have over 32 years of the industry experience in various things. Like we were into the IT infrastructure company. I have run an IT infrastructure company for over 25 years. Okay. Plus, apart from that, I was instrumental in bringing BNI, Business Network International. I'm sure many of you may be knowing this, to Bangalore. Okay, like we were the first franchisee of BNI in India. So I brought it to Bangalore, and 15 years I have done. I have grown BNI from 0 to 2,500 members, along with my other co-directors at BNI. Okay, so and now during the pandemic time, a few of us came together. So we were discussing, and initially we started a single brand showroom actually. Then we saw what are the kind of the pain points of a single brand showroom, and then we decided, like in every other thing, be it mobile or be it electronic goods or wherever it is, there is always a multi-brand is available. But why not in the automobile sector? So that was the thought process. Because if you look at in all other field, electronic goods, everywhere the single brand, the multi-brand is available. But in automobile, you don't see any multi-brand. So when we came up with that thought process, we immediately joined together and decided that we should have a multi-brand the showroom, and then started the Atiyas. And then, so the many people will keep asking the one question. So what is the meaning of Atiyas? Okay, so the Atiyas means it's a gift of God. So this nature belongs to the entire universe, right? So, and then we need to protect it as it is, and then pass it on to our next generation. So that is our motto, and that is our aim. So that is why we are into the EV business, and then the Atiyas is a gift of God. So we need to pass on this gift of God to the future generation. And within a short span of time, we received a couple of awards. We were awarded as the best startup of the year 2022, and then by the Electronic Times, ET Business Excellence. We received an award, and then again in 21-22. We received a Business Excellence Award for a best startup. So these are the awards what we have received. That is most innovative and fastest growing electric two-wheeler startup. And we are also part of a BNI as an organization. We are a proud member of BNI as an organization. So a lot of the co-founders they are all part of the APNI right now. And so you can see in the coming slide, couple of pictures about our showroom and then our team and things like that. So this is in front of one of our showroom. And then if you look at on the top, this was the first showroom which was inaugurated by the MP Tejasvi Surya. He is from a Bangalore South MP. In fact, the moment he saw a bike, a super bike kind of thing, so he started driving actually. So he could not resist his temptation to drive, and then he started driving this. 2021 March exactly for now it is 2 years. Okay. So we inaugurated the first showroom. Below is one of the couple of showrooms. So if you look at typically our showrooms, so they are not like a run-of-the-mill kind of a showrooms where you have about two shutters with like 10 by 20 kind of a things, and it's not that way. Our showrooms will have a premium look. Okay, the look and feel of the showroom will give a lot of confidence to the buyer, saying that okay, I am not dealing with a fly-by-night kind of an operator. I am dealing with a good company where they are going to be here for a longer period. So that's that is the look and feel of the showroom. And then when it comes to the product offerings, so we have full range in the two-wheelers. So be it the scooter kind of a thing or the sports bike, you can see at the bottom there is a sports bike here, which Mr. Tejasvi Surya, who is the MP, who was sitting in the previous slide. And then we have cycles actually. So the EV electric two-wheeler cycles are there. And then we have various multi-brand products and accessories. And then moreover, the most important one is our service center. So that is the differentiator for us, which means we will be servicing all electric two-wheelers, okay, and the petrol two-wheelers, okay. So you might be wondering, what is that petrol two-wheeler servicing in an EV kind of a scenario? We need a petrol two-wheeler servicing as a strategy, okay, because what happens, anybody walks into our showrooms will have a petrol vehicle, right, a two-wheeler. So when our aim is to be a part of this ecosystem as a long-term player. So that means these people will keep coming back to us for servicing their vehicle. And the day they decide that they want to switch over to EV, so their first choice has to be Atiyas. Okay, so that's the reason we want to be in that space, so that we will keep collecting the database and then keep working with them on a regular basis and then give them an excellent service. And then by default, we should become their first choice whenever they decide to switch over to an EV. So that's the whole thing. So let me just give you quickly kind of an EV market opportunity in India. So if you look at the market here, it's in $1 million. So 2022 is the 255, and then the way it is going to grow up, you can see here 1028 by 2028. Actually, these are all the data which was predicted, but the reality is totally different. The reality, what is happening is the market is exponentially growing. Okay. Even though what was predicted as a single-digit growth has already gone into the double-digit growth. So that way, if you can look at the prediction versus the reality is much, much faster than what the prediction was. And then without saying, it goes that the Karnataka is the highest contributor as of now for the EVs. Because both the consumers as well as a lot of startups have come in from the Karnataka. And you can see here in terms of the market size of the various things, like be it two-wheelers or a three-wheelers or a passenger vehicles or a commercial vehicles. So if you can look at here, the commercial vehicles currently are having the predominantly a huge market in EV, that is nearly 70%. So the next largest is the two-wheelers, okay? So that way, the two-wheeler has got a huge market potential to grow and then sustain for a longer period. India is, the country of the two-wheelers. So that way, the adoption at a two-wheeler is going to be much, much faster compared to any other form. So now let me talk quickly about some of the business methods. Before that, why should anybody partner with us? Okay. I'm just trying to move a bar here. Yeah. So why is that somebody should partner with us? First thing is one-stop shop for all EV two-wheelers mobility solutions. In fact, if I have to tell you in one single sentence, the way the Tata Chroma is there for the electronic goods, so Atiyas has to be a choice of the country for the EVs. Okay, that's our dream. That means we should be a one-stop solution for all electric vehicle needs in the country. So we should become the household choice. And we have a strategic partnership with the leading brands for both sales and services and the financial institutions for the loan and things like that. And then we have the in-house quality team and then ensuring the best quality of the standard protocols, even though the vehicles comes from the factory with all the testing and all. So our the technicians and the service people will do the pre-delivery inspections and then ensure that we give a right product to the customer. And it's a technology-driven organization, as I told you earlier. And then multiple revenue streams are available. In the sense, as I told, one is the sales of the vehicle and the servicing of the vehicles and the spares and accessories. So apart from this, we are also bringing up with a lot of branded materials which can be sold through our showrooms. And then it's a highly investable model with attractive ROI. In fact, Franchise India has given us a good review in terms of their review in checking up. Is it I think they have a scale that how investable model it is. So we are ranking it pretty well on that. Yeah, and then it's a proud Indian brand with both the domestic and the international network. And then we have, as I told, the comprehensive sales and services. And there is a lot of the successful operations at multiple locations across Karnataka. Now it is taken across India. Now, which are the cities we are looking at? Definitely, we are looking at across India, everywhere, be it north, west, south, east. So all over India, we are looking at. Of course, we may start with south as a choice because it is quite easy to reach for us from Karnataka. But otherwise, across India, even tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, also we are looking for the dealers and distributors all over India. And then, so we are into the phase 2 of the pan-India expansion. The phase 1 is already done in Karnataka. We have vastly covered Karnataka with, with 41 showrooms in operation, and then heading towards 100 shortly. And then in the next stage, we will be having every hobli in Karnataka, about 260 locations in Karnataka we will have. Okay, so simultaneously, we will be spreading across India. We are looking at about 1,000 dealers and master franchisees across country. Every state should have one master franchisee and the main dealers and the sub dealers. So that's the way in which we will be moving it. So then what should be an ideal partner profile? So the first thing is the investors with a sufficient financial and bandwidth, and then with the right locations. And then it could be young entrepreneurs and the corporate employees, they wanting to have their own business. So they could be a good lookout for us. And individuals with an experience in EV sector. Okay, that's also most welcome. And then entrepreneurs having an experience in automotive, that they are the most welcome to be a partner with us. And then partners with an experience and knowledge of retail markets. If you have been in retail market, selling any product, okay, definitely you will be the right fit here, because the knowledge or requirement to we know about the product is pretty easy. Like as you saw, all 4 of us, the founders, are from different segment, but within a short period of time, we were able to establish and then take this to a market in such a big way. And then individuals with a local market and a corporate connection is a very good connection. A requirement for the dealership, because there is a lot of corporates will buy the vehicles in bulk. Probably it could be delivery companies like the Swiggy, Zomatos, and things like that. So they all switch over to the electric because with the rising costs of the petrol and the even the maintenance cost and things like that. So people will switch over to the EV definitely. And so let me come to the financials quickly. So if you look at on the top, we have Atiyas, and then the master franchisee is for the state. Okay, so when we say master franchise for the state, for some of the state, probably we may have two also, 2 or 3, depending upon the size of the state. For example, for Karnataka kind of a state, okay, so we have Atiyas directly dealing. But when it comes to the other state, there will be one single master franchise who will be appointing the unit franchises. That means a single unit franchises or a dealers, what we call it as a main dealers. And then someone can look at even the multi-unit franchises. Suppose if somebody wants to take up 2 units, 3 units, or chain of units, that's also welcome. Okay, and then the next one is the city or a sub-area franchisee. So that is the next level. That means in a smaller towns and talukas, you can have a sub-dealership. So now when it comes to the way it is going to operate is, first thing is the ownership is by the franchisee. Okay, investment is also by franchisee, operations is by franchisee. Brand guidelines, you must follow this, because see, the moment when they enter to any Atiyas showroom in anywhere in the country, so they should be able to get the same look and feel, right? Okay, that should be the priority. That means the moment a person goes to any store in Atiyas all over the country, they should get the same feeling, the same look and feel should be there. So, and the revenue will go to the franchisee, the 100% sales will go to the franchisee only. And of course, the expenses also is borne by them. So what franchisee gets is a margin on each vehicle. So for example, for each and every master franchise will have a certain margin, and the main dealer will have a certain margin, and the sub dealers will have a certain margin. So that way they will work on the margin. And what the company gets one-time franchise fees. Okay, it's a one-time franchise fees, and also the margin on each vehicle. What company keeps it is a very, very minimal margin, so that we work on the volumes. Because suppose if today I am having about 40 stores, if I go and sit in front of a brand and say that, okay, for 40 stores, even if each store can sell about 1 vehicle or 2 vehicle of yours, so I can bargain in that way. And tomorrow, if I have 1,000 stores across India, so my bargaining power will be much different. So we will be having a very, very minimum margin for the company to operate. So now, so franchise owned and franchise operated FOFO model, what we call it as. So it can be in every tier 2, tier 1, 2, 3 cities. So all over places, it can be there. So here, we have given the, what do you call the area stockist dealer, ASD, what we call it as, or in a layman word, it is a main dealer. So the main dealer will be having a area of about 1,200 to 1,500 square feet of area for the showroom space. Okay, they will have an additional area for the services also. Okay, that need not have to be in a main prime area. It could be in the backside road, or it could be about 500 meters or 300 meters away. You can have a service setup. So now the total investment will be including the stock, okay, stock and the interiors, everything put together. It may be anywhere between 55 to 60 lakhs. And then franchise fees is about 6 lakhs. And then your initial inventory is going to be about 30 lakhs, which will be rotated on a regular basis. Okay. And then you have a gross margin of about 11%. So if we calculate the ROI on the infrastructure, what you have created, be it interiors and deposits and things like that, so that's going to be about 66%. I have not calculated with an inventory, because the inventory is the one which is going to be rotating continuously. So what are the revenue streams? So it is a margin and sales through the retail stores, service of the EV vehicles and the petrol two-wheelers, and accessories and parts. So we are coming up with tie-up with various products which can be sold through the showroom, or it can be mandatory for anybody who is owning the EV. It need not have to be the EV which is purchased from us. So now this is the main dealer profile. But when it comes to the master franchise, okay, the master franchise is for the whole state. So that master franchise will be having several main dealers working with them. So there we have a franchise fees of 60 lakhs. Okay, the franchise fees is around 60 lakhs. And the inventory on the vehicles is about 30 lakhs. Plus they have to set up the one unit for themselves. So let us say 60 lakh on the franchise fees, 60 lakh on the showroom setup, probably another 30-40 lakhs on the inventory. So they can start with about, for the whole state, they can start with an investment of about 2 crores, okay, approximately. And they can keep building it as and when newer and newer main dealers keeps joining them. So what is the return for them? Whenever there is a franchise fee is paid from the main dealer, a portion of that will go to the master franchise as well. So there is a portion will go to the master franchise and to the Atiyas as an organization. So we will discuss this more detail in a one-to-one basis. So that way you will get a clear picture. Okay. So now what are the obligations or the responsibilities? For the franchisee, so they have to run the operations on a day-to-day basis, adhere to the standard operating procedures prescribed by the company, and then keep employees motivated without saying it goes, and then ensure the cleanliness and hygiene in the showroom, because the showroom should look neat and spick and span, and ensure the implementation of local marketing activities, and then maintaining the accounts. We have a complete dealer management software, DMS, which will help them to keep all their inventory and everything intact, inventory management, and ensure proper servicing done. And the training is mandatory for each and every franchise before starting. Okay, we believe that training is the most important thing in our field, where we need to train each and every person, right from the owner, the brand owner, I mean the owner of the store, to the top management and the marketing team, and the servicing team, and a whole lot of people has to be trained, and then maintain a good customer relationship. So what does the brand give you? So the brand gives you, help the franchisee with the site selection, licenses and permissions and fit outs and various things. So we provide the trainings, as we told, and then conduct and marketing of the national level. So we focus on the, what we call it as a ATL activities. So that means building up the brand, talking about Atiyas and various things. And again, within Atiyas, all the brands which are there, different, we have around 8 to 10 multiple brands. So each of these brands will be doing their own marketing about their brand. Okay, but we will be focusing on Atiyas marketing, and then consistent supply. That is what should be our strength. And then conduct the audits, and then provide the feedback, and then help the people to improve their efficiencies. And then R&D on the service offerings. Okay, and then bringing strategic alliances with various brands for both sales and services and the financial part. So this is what the brand promises. Okay, and these are some of the supports what we have pre-opening and post-opening. First thing is pre-opening, the store development, site selection, unit development, marketing and promotional activities, all these things. Of course, the training will be done. And then some of the operational support in terms of financial institution alliances, software and accounting support, and then operating manual, virtual CRM, all these things pre-opening we will take care. And the post-opening, we will help you with the product planning, new product addition, product supplies, stock rotation support by chance if you are stuck with some of the stocks, if we have to move it to the other stores. So we will work with the other stores and then help them to move it around. And consistent margins will be taken care. And insurance on the vehicles, which is one more the earning potential there, and then billing and all, and the guidance on the servicing of the vehicle. And when it comes to the marketing, we'll create the awareness campaign on a company level, and a celebrity endorsement. We will start bringing in some of the people who are influencers, either on YouTube or social media and things like that. And then we work on sponsoring some of the events. So these are the things which we will work on a post sponsoring. So this is broadly what I have given in a specified timeline. I may be a little bit fast because in terms of the time constraint, I thought I have to cover everything in one go, and then I have given the download. But post this, if I have any questions, and we can take it. So Sonia, if you have any questions, so from somebody, I can take it up at this point of time. Yeah, thank you so much,
Anantramji. We'll take some questions now, and while we did cover on the
financials. Sharing the screen?
Yes, absolutely, you can. And I'll take up some questions, and I'll also request Sanjay Bhatt and Javed might also to come and pick some questions. And I see we've been responding to many questions which are already coming in the chat box, in fact, in the Q&A box. So friends, just to quickly recap the model and also the opportunity today, India is a home to the world's largest number of two-wheeler buyers. And electric two-wheeler is accounted for the highest sales in the entire segment of electric vehicles. And as we see, the market for electric two-wheelers is mostly fragmented, with many small players also in the segment because there's no entry barrier for anybody to get into it. But brands which have higher penetration and maybe a higher pace of expansion with a huge, I would say, regional market dominance are the ones which are going to make, or pave a way for winners in this segment. So when your volumes are higher, you have operating leverage, and that works in the benefit both for, partners and equally for the customers, be it pricing, be it margins, be it the investment which a master franchisee or maybe a dealer would make, and equally for end consumer, the service points and all the benefits put together. The company already has validation, I would say, for a successful business model which they have been operating, a proof of concept already, which I mentioned, regional market dominance they have in the state of Karnataka with the 80 odd locations which are signed, and 40 of them are up and running, with 260 as a number which I heard they want to take as a target in this market, which is already a very, very substantial percentage has been achieved. And overall, Pan India is about 1,000 dealerships, which the company is putting a very, very huge focus on. And I don't see a reason with seeing the last 1.5 years of their current, I would say, pace of expansion. I don't see this vision, or I would say mission of the company, too far. So the model, friends, is franchisee and franchisee operated, where we're looking at primarily master franchisees for states, and the same role which the company is doing in the state of Karnataka is what they expect the master franchisee to do in their respective regions. And also there's a sub-area franchise model under which, under the master franchisee, there would be unit franchises and sub-units also. As we understand, the investment for a master would come with a territory fee, which has been put as 60 lakhs for the entire territory. And another investment is on the unit, which he would put under him, which includes obviously your basic capex and the inventory which goes in. And both of these put together would be somewhere to the tune of about, one odd crores, including the territory fee and the unit fee that you want to put in. And for a single unit owner, the investment is almost, about 55 to 60 odd lakhs, where you need to keep an inventory of almost about 30 lakhs. 6 lakhs is the franchise fees, and basic capex that goes in is something that we have added over and above. So my first question, I see a lot of questions coming in. We'll see how many questions actually we can cover. So, my first question to you, because you've been working very aggressively in the market. So how do you think this entire retail space in the electric vehicle market, especially the two-wheeler market, is actually evolving? And, from a customer journey point of view, what do you think is the current, touch points that form an important decision for him to decide over maybe a brand over the other?
Okay. So when it comes to the as you said, in the electric two-wheeler, the entry point is much easier. But if you look at some of the brands, like even, for example, the brands like Atiyas, so they were not into a traditional two-wheeler industry, right? They were also a startup which came up recently, and then now they have become one of the most leading brands in the country. Right. Okay, so that way, so it is not necessary that something has to be from a traditional brand which is going to rule in this industry. Okay, this is going to be for it's an open ground. There are so many good companies are coming up. So the advantage of us, Atiyas, is going to be that we will be able to provide a platform to those kind of a startup companies instantaneously across the country. So today, if there is a good product which is coming into the market, that means overnight, they have about 41
Distribution.
locations.
Correct.
Okay. So 41 locations is there right now. Okay. If somebody is tying up with us. So that's the advantage. So that's what we are looking at. So it is later when I have a bigger number of stores, like today, if you go to Chroma, you can see Sony or you can see Samsung or you can see all top brands over there. So tomorrow when Atiyas is there in remote corners where these brands are unable to reach, but in that city or that town or where taluka, people want to own such kind of a brand. But if they have a support system there or a service setup, definitely they will go for it. Okay. So that is where the Atiyas will come into the picture. We will be talking to some of the major brands, then asking them to give us a service support in their remote places where we can support them. Okay. So that's going to be our USP.
Absolutely. So another question which I'll take and then I'll pass on to my colleague Sanjay to take it up is also on the unit economics. While we understand the capex requirement and the investment which is required. So when I say unit economics, I would like to understand both for a master franchisee and that at the unit level. If you can maybe touch upon points like typical inventory rotation for a unit that we are currently foreseeing based on our experience and maybe industry and what we are doing. And typical, I would say, capex, opex, which is your operating expenses, ideally, how much are we putting that? And maybe net margin, which maybe a franchisee would have, running an outlet. And post that, a little bit understanding on the master franchise structure, what sharing he would have for the units which come under him, which means sharing on the franchise fee, how much would that be? Sharing on maybe some margins that you also mentioned, how much would that be? Over to you.
Yeah. So when it comes to the master, let me start from the master franchise. So when it comes to the master franchise, so they will be getting the margin in every sale which happens in that state. Okay. So that means all the sales, be it through the main dealer or through the sub dealer or wherever it is, all the billing which happens in that state has to go through this master franchise. Even in Karnataka, in Bangalore, Atiyas as a company will never bill it to any end customer, even a one single vehicle. Okay. Even when I wanted to buy a cycle for myself, I had to buy it from a dealer. Okay. So I have purchased it from a dealer. So that means everybody has to go through the dealer only. The company will never sell even a single product to the end customer directly. Okay. That's the basic principle what we have. And then so the master franchise will have anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5% as the margin for all the billings which happens in that particular state. Okay, that's the same. And then they will in turn sell it to the main dealer, ASD, what we call it as the area stockist dealer. They sell it to the ASD. So then ASD will, when they are selling to the end customer, they will retain the 100% margin for themselves. Suppose if it is, let's say they are getting about 11%. Let's talk about in terms of money. So let us say they are getting about 10,000 rupees per vehicle. So that entire 10,000 rupees will be retained by them when they are selling it to the end customer. But if they are selling it to the sub dealer, okay, that means if they go to a tier 2, tier 3, or they go to a remote places in that city itself, so then the sub dealer comes into the picture. So when they sell it to the sub dealer, they share the ratio as 70-30. That means 70% will go to the sub dealer, 30% is retained by them. So that means if it is a margin is 10,000 rupees, 3,000 they will retain, 7,000 they will pass it on to the sub dealer. Okay, so that's the in terms of margins. Now, when it comes to the franchise fees, okay, let us say whatever is the investment of the master franchise, that is 60 lakhs, what I said. So when they appoint the main dealers, so when the main dealer is paying 6 lakh rupees as the franchise fees, so that franchise fees gets divided between the master franchise as well as the Atiyas, okay, for them to support. So that how much it is getting divided, that details we will give it to you as and when we in our structure it is there, so that we can share the financials, minute financials we can share there.
Absolutely, sir. Now, very quickly, I think you did explain the margin structure at various levels. But if you look at the play, how much play would maybe we have amongst all the tiers? So we have one tier of a master, then we have another tier of a area stockist, then we also have sub dealer, and finally the unit, right? So unit comes under them. So if you look at the margin play, in all these tiers, if you can maybe broadly sum that up, what would that be?
So it can go anywhere between 11 to 14%. Okay. Right? Yeah, it will go anywhere between the 11 to 14% kind of a margin. So that gets distributed between various people. So in terms of amounts also, if you take, so let us say if the ex-showroom price is around 80,000 rupees, and it will go up to even 1.7, 1.8 lakhs. Is the bike actually. So it will go to that level. So they will have anywhere starting from around, say around 10,000 rupees up to 15 to 16,000 rupees is what they get it per vehicle.
So now I'll request Sanjay, if you want to take some questions, and I was seeing an important question. Maybe I'll request Sanjay if you want to take that up, is on the inventory typical, and what is our product mix, and if you want to club more questions along, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think presentation was self-explanatory, and we got complete understanding on this. But yes, before we take any question, I think again that master to area to sub dealer. So this is something wherein we would request you, Anantaji, if you can just give a little more understanding on that also as a simple, language, so that it will be simplified to everyone, because I'm getting direct questions also that they are not able to understand this parameters on these, from master to area. So what are we looking at? So one more time, if you can just give us some understanding on that. You are on mute, I think. You have to unmute. I think you are on mute. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So, I'll just come back to this slide. So the first is Atiyas as a company, right? Okay.
Right.
Then in Karnataka, there is no master franchise because we are the people who are operating it right now. So now when it comes to the other states, we have introduced one person in between that is called as a master franchise. Okay. So then you have this unit franchise and a multi-unit. These are the what we call it as a area stockist dealer or a main dealer. Okay, that is what this unit franchise and multi-unit franchise, what you see on the screen. So they are the area stockist dealer and the that is main dealer, whatever. Now below them comes this sub area franchise, that is sub dealers. Okay, they are the people who may be in the remote place. Let us say, I don't know if you, some of you who understand Bangalore, for example, I have a place called as Jayanagar. Jayanagar is a very, very prominent place in the South Bangalore. But surrounding Jayanagar, in the vicinity of about 3 to 4 kilometers, for every 4 or 5 kilometers, we have places called as BTM layout, then the, what to say, the ISRO layout, or Banashankari, we have JP Nagar. So these are all small, what do you call, the areas surrounding Jayanagar. So all of them will come under the main dealer. So let us say each main dealer can cater to at least about minimum 7 to 8 the areas. Okay. So they buy from them and then they sell it. But when it comes to the districts, okay, when you go to the upcountry, tier 1 or tier 2, the sub-dealer investment is also less. Okay. So the sub-dealer investment may be around 20 lakhs or less also, depending upon the place. And the main dealer investment will be anywhere between 55 to 60 lakhs. And then master franchise investment is about 2 crores. Okay. So these are the different levels of the same. So when it comes to the different places, let us say there may be a small town closer to a main district headquarters. So then that small town becomes the sub-dealer, a district headquarters will become the main dealer, and a state master franchise will become for a state, there is one master franchise. So there is only 3 levels. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think that is in a simple way. So suppose now out of Karnataka, we do not have master franchise as of now. So can we go direct for unit or multi-unit also?
We can go through that. So we are open to that. But definitely our preference is to have a master franchise so that it is easy for us to start the distribution model quickly. Okay. And even in terms of the logistics and things like that. So rather than handling it from Karnataka, if somebody is there in the locally, definitely I would do that. But however, we are open to that because we have the manpower, we have the infrastructure. Because the moment when we start a state, we will be appointing one state representative for that particular state who will be stationed there only. So that way they will be able to help the master franchise as well as the main dealer. In fact, I also saw a question, somebody asking, who is going to appoint the dealers? So, okay, I saw that question.
Yes.
So it is in a combination, actually. We have, first thing is anyway, we have Franchise India so support. That is first thing. Second thing is the master franchise himself will have the local connections, and then they can also start appointing the dealers, and the main dealer will appoint the sub dealers. But as a company, we will be doing the campaign for all these people on the social media and things like that. So we'll be doing a lot of support in terms of spreading the words.
All right, very helpful. And what about the charging stations and how is the pricing of the vehicles? These two questions, are very important.
So, as I said, I think in between I covered the pricing of the vehicle starts somewhere anywhere. So here, unlike in the IC engines, we have 2 sets of vehicles. One is the registered vehicle and the other one is the unregistered vehicles. Okay, the unregistered vehicles may start even at around 75,000-80,000 rupees or less, and then the registered vehicle will go up to 1.8 lakh. Okay, depending upon different things, like the super bike which you saw. So may go up to 1.7 or 1.8 lakh like that. So it all depends on the different models and different segments. So that is the biggest advantage of coming to the multi-brand. For example, for a college going, the girls or whatever it is, we have the unregistered vehicles. For an office going professionals, we have a regular bikes. For a student youth community where they want style and other things, we have a super bike. Then we have a general public, we have a regular scooter kind of a vehicle. And then for the fitness enthusiasts, we have the cycles. Or we also have cycle as a commuting product. Cycle, we have 2 types of segment. One segment is the for the lifestyle product, and the other segment, it is a commute purpose. So both the types we have in the cycles. So in fact, you will not believe the cycle itself, we have ranging from 25,000 to 5.5 lakh rupees for a cycle. Okay, so the range is big. So the unit or a franchise can choose what is good in their area and then pick up the vehicles. So we don't believe in dumping the vehicles. Okay, we believe in organically growing that particular unit.
All right, that's very helpful. And charging stations, if you can just...
Sorry. Yeah, so right now we have tied up with one company called as Bolt. Okay, that's also again a Bangalore startup. They are doing a fantastic job. They have already installed several thousands of charging stations. So for a two-wheeler, okay, there is a kind of a myth is there that you need a charging station. Let me clarify. So for a two-wheeler, you need to be charging at home. That is where it will be good, best. Okay, because only on an emergency you should go to a charging station, because in the two-wheeler right now still there is no technology which can give you a fast charging. Okay, so that way nobody will keep a vehicle in a the coffee shop and then try to charge and then go further. Okay, you can do that for an emergency purpose. So what we have done as an Atiyas, for every store when we open, so we give around 4 or 5 charging station to the dealer, asking them to go around and install it in the vicinity of about 3 to 5 kilometers, okay, around this store. So that way, we are also helping the nation in building the charging infrastructure. Okay. So unlike in car, you have the fast charging. Okay. That fast charging is required at various places, because you can, in the car, you can do a fast charging and within half an hour, you can charge full. But in two-wheelers, still the technology has not come for the fast charging. It is there actually, but it is going to be quite expensive. So that is why many vehicles have not gone in for that. So the best thing is to charge at home. For that also, we have a charging unit, so which can be installed in their home, or when you go to office space, when you are in the office, morning you come to office, so immediately you can put it for charging. So we can keep creating those kind of charging infrastructures everywhere. Apartment complexes, coffee shops, malls, wherever it is, we will keep doing it.
All right. I think there are a lot of questions you have already answered.
Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
Market competition, pricing would.
Yeah, somebody has asked, I am new in the business tips and starting the processing. Okay. So I want to address that. So here, you don't need that kind of an experience or an automobile experience to get into this. Okay. Because first thing is, you will be appointing the people to run the show. Okay, what is we're looking from your side is mainly an investment to the setting up the store, and then the entire thing, be it servicing, be it the sales. So we will be training your team. Okay, the entire your team will be trained by us. So that way you will be able to take it. So you don't need to have that kind of an experience.
All right, great. And what is the battery replacement period for bikes?
Yeah.
So battery replacement.
So is it a warranty we are asking? So 3 years is the warranty which will be given by most of the companies. So some companies have come up with an option of even 5 years also. So by 5 years, the replacement will happen. So that way, nothing to worry in terms of the replacing the batteries. So by chance, if somebody wants to have the additional batteries, because these batteries are most of the models what we have is the swappable kind of a batteries. So that way, if they want to keep a secondary battery with them and things like that, that's possible. Okay. So that they will be able to, at any point of time, they will have a charged battery with them.
Okay, great. Javaji, any question from your side, so that in the interest of time, then we can.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Just one question I would like to. Our partner was asking: ensure inventory and mix of products. So
yeah. So that is where our experience will come into the picture, because now already 2 years we have done in Bangalore Karnataka. So now we know like what should be the mix the people should have. So accordingly, we will suggest them. But in the meantime, what happens, that particular market may react differently. So at that time, we can supply like that and then move the excess stock to the other dealers and things like that. See, for example, I'll just give you a typical example in our Jayanagar showroom. The bike which is there, that is getting sold highest. Okay, and that is the most expensive also. So it all depends on the demography and things like that. So accordingly, we will suggest them to hold these stocks. So as I told earlier, we don't believe in dumping. Okay, it has to be an organic movement of the product. But at the same time, when the customer is interested in some vehicle, he should get this stock immediately on the spot. I mean, we don't want to lose them because of non-availability or a waiting period of the vehicle, right? Only when it comes to the choice of a color, probably in your showroom, you may have a, let's say, a red color, but he wants blue color. Okay, so at that point of time, we may have to bring it from somewhere and then give it to them.
So one more last question I'll take up. The district dealer can appoint a sub-dealer in neighboring districts, somebody is asking.
So we would have, at the time of appointment, we would have given them the territory. Okay.
Okay.
And we would have given them a sufficient territory, which is definitely good for everybody to make enough money. Okay. So we don't believe in competition between the dealers itself. Okay. And they will be a little bit quite far off only. So that way, nothing to worry. So our team is there. So we have, for example, we have Sanjay Kare, who has been in the automobile industry for more than 35 years. So he will be helping us in terms of the structuring the other states. So in Karnataka, we have done all the structuring is done already. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir. Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Thanks. I think we have a lot of questions coming in again. There's one, I cannot see the name, but he's looking for Telangana. So we will get in touch one-on-one and take the discussion forward. So I think we would request if you can just share your name also, because it is showing some mobile name and contact number. We'll get in touch and take the discussion forward. So in the interest of time, I think we have a little exceeded time, and I would request Sonia ji also to talk about maybe last question, or maybe can have a last message from her side, and then we'll invite Shivraj ji also to have a last comment and your message also to audience.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And I'd like to thank you so much, Anantramji, for putting this presentation for all our prospective business buyers. And friends, one message to all of you: we have seen every question has been captured with us, and we'll also ensure that Javed Bhai, our teams, including me, Sanjay ji, we all will put our time to ensure that every answer is actually addressed. And we look forward to now arranging maybe one-to-one meetings, or perhaps a call in case you're based out of Bangalore, you want to come and meet, you can. Anybody outside, we can start maybe with a virtual call followed by a meeting. And any inputs that you need on the financials, margins, because I see questions still coming on, what kind of sharing, margins, inventory, product mix would be there. So we would like to take that up offline, maybe in a 30-minute session that we can start blocking with all of you. So we'll leave our details also in the chat box. I request everybody to reach out to us, and we start setting up your meetings. And before we close, I'll also request Anantramji for maybe a final message that you want to give to everybody out there.
Yeah. So first thing is definitely we are in the mission to conserve the nature. So we are looking for the joining hands with all the entrepreneurs across the country, and so we invite everybody here to join hands with us in our mission. So I want Shivraj also to give a couple of words. Yeah, over to Shivraj.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, thank you, Anandam sir. Yeah, basically, as we all seen, witnessed what we want to try to do. So Atiyas mission is I just want to remind an example of Maruti Suzuki, how it was established in India with respect to the point that service is available even in Kashmir, wherever you go, Maruti service is available. And that's the kind of thought process and planning and the depthness we want to create in the Indian market in terms of two-wheeler automobile industry. And that's where we came out of the thought process with not only we service the vehicle we sell, also we service the vehicle others are selling in terms of EV, also in terms of the petrol to engines. And why petrol into engines? Because the lot of engagement in terms of the investment or investors perspective, the engagement is very, very critical. We want to engage. Let's say example, you open the showroom, the day one, let's say example, 100 people comes into the showroom, and all the 100 people owns the ICE engine two-wheelers, at least 2 to 3 vehicles. And that's the engagement we will do from the day one, and your profitability will start from day one. That's the kind of an engagement we want to do. That's the reason how we added service for all, and now service and sales. That's the kind of a thought process we have it in mind, and that's the long way to go forward. And with this, thank you so much for everyone joining us, and thanks so much Franchise India and Anantram sir especially, and taking this entire session and making it very clear. And let's create deep depthness in creating electric vehicle mobility. Sustainability for entire India, and Atiyas is stepping forward and making we want to make an impact in this space. And we would look forward, all of you, to join hands to make this mission possible.
Thank you. Sanjay, over to you. Any message from you that you want to share?
Yeah,
Javed ji,
absolutely.
आप कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं?
Absolutely. 100% electric and 100% pollution free. So we are looking forward for having these partnerships across India. And we look forward for all the entrepreneurs who want to start up this kind of business opportunity. And we have all across India, we have Franchise India have a great network. We will further handhold you one-on-one, and we'll take this complete discussion forward, wherein we would also look forward that in case there is anyone who want to visit the showroom in Bangalore, we'll definitely arrange a visit also. So locally, Javed ji is also in Bangalore. Plus, we have also business partners who are franchise consultants as well across India. So please feel free to reach out. We have given our hotline number also in the chat box. Feel free to reach out to us and set up your meeting with the brand owners directly, wherein we will understand it very, very deeply, because we are looking forward for partnership. It is not a 2-month, 3-month business for either of us. So let's go deep down, understand, and then take this partnership forward. So thank you very much, Shivraj ji, for your time as well. Anantram ji, especially thanks to you also to give us complete understanding on this. And further, we'll definitely trouble you now in daily basis to get us. Yeah, so we look forward to have the first partner also on board quickly, so that we will just create this history. As Shivraj ji said, we want to become Maruti Suzuki. Yes, this is going to be the two-wheeler Maruti, and we will take this mission forward. So Javed ji, over to you if you have any message also, or maybe from your side, 2 points.
Thank you very much. Thanks all the participants for your time. As rightly said, let us go green. Let us help each other in this mission of go green. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We will have last comments now, last message from our team member Harshika. If you can just take it up now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay sir. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, Anantram ji, Sanjay ji, Javed ji, for this wonderful discussion presentation about the brand Atiyas. Friends, for more details about Atiyas or to connect with the brand leads from the Atiyas, just call us on our hotline number 9717683838, or you can write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. Again, tomorrow we are bringing a great brand called Indian Spice Restaurant, inviting a chain of multi-cuisine restaurant with the investment range of 21 lakhs to 79 lakhs. To know more about this business opportunity, reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the webinar.
Thank you and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.